Okay, guys. As you can see by the reactions in chat, this is going to be a little bit of a long explanation because this is actually one of the harder bosses in Guild Wars 2. Poor old Sabetha, she's got a bit of a bad rep for not really being that hard, not be the most exciting boss in the world, but that is, nothing could be further from the truth. This boss is hard, guys. This is no joke. No joke at all. So, where to begin? Well, for a start, you can say goodbye to your toughness gear because this boss actually does not aggro on the person with the highest toughness. They are pretty much, it's kind of like a combination of random and the furthest person away. So they're just going to she just generally fires her shotgun at people who are nearby to her, and then she will launch out fiery projectiles at the person furthest away, which leave dangerous AoEs on the ground. Now, what does this mean for you? Well, it's quite simple, actually. What needs to happen here is you need to have one player away from the group, away from the boss in general. Kiting is what it's referred to as, kiting these fire patches. Because if they end up on the group, your group is going to be really mad at you, okay? They're going to be really sad because they're all going to die and then, well, they're all dead, so they can't really play the game at that point. Typically, you'll have a druid do this when what you want to do is you want to just stay away from the boss. When the flak is fired at you, is what it's called flak. Simply just move away, run away from it, and just keep doing that pretty much the entire time Sabetha is on the platform. The second mechanic she has is a flame wall ability. After a short delay, she puts down a little arrow pointing at a random player and then starts casting a flamethrower. Okay, it's going to cover the entire arena. Like the line will reach from her to the edge of the platform, and it's going to rotate anti-clockwise around the arena. If you touch it, you are dead. No downstate. The only thing that can save you is stuff like an invuln, so basically distortion or renewed focus. That will save you. You can actually dodge through it with godlike timing, but don't try that at home, kids. It's probably not going to work out very well for you. And yeah, that's it for the flamethrower. What you want to do, particularly at the start of the fight, is stack towards Arrow, as marked here, or the southern platform, because you can actually manipulate where it spawns. It always spawns, well, when she casts the flamethrower, she targets a random player and casts it from their position, right? Sabetha also has a red bomb attack. The closest player is going to get a red bomb, okay? And it's going to, after a short delay, deal massive damage to everyone in that AoE. When a player gets that red bomb, they just need to run away from the boss, okay? And not kill your team. And particularly be careful of the kiter, right? You got to be careful of the kiter. You may be able to kill that. It's a pretty big AoE, and it's got about a 3-second delay on it. So if you get it, you're going to hear a little fizzling sound, like a little fizzle sound, okay? Run away from the group. Don't kill your team. Otherwise, they're going to be upset with you. Below 50% health, you're going to get 2 red bombs. So it's really important to notice those red bombs and get out away from the team. Otherwise, you're going to very quickly kill your team, even potentially insta-killing people, kind of almost bypassing downstate because the bombs are slightly offset. So the invuln from downstate won't help you, and it will just instantly kill you from downstate. So make sure you get those red bombs the hell out of them. Those are all of Sabetha's core mechanics. But now we need to talk about the actual fight itself and the platform. Now, this fight is unique in the fact that the very terrain you're standing on can be killed. But how can it be killed, might you ask? Well, it's killed by cannons that are going to be firing at the platform. Now, these spawn every 30 seconds at predefined locations in a specific order, right? You may have noticed there are some markers here. Now, these markers are for platforms. These platforms will launch you up to where a cannon spawns, right? And you do this by having a green bomb. So there are little ads on the platform called bandit sappers that will target a player and throw a grenade at them. After a short delay, or if the player uses a special action hotkey to throw the bomb, it will activate one of these platforms, and anyone who's on the platform is going to get launched up to somewhere up high. Cannons can spawn on these upper platforms. So what you need to do is you need to pre-move your player onto the platform. Then the person who gets the green bomb throws the green bomb at the player on the platform while they're there, launching them up. They can then kill the cannon and glide back to the main platform. If you don't kill the cannons, not only is your team going to die, but also the platform will die. And then when the platform dies, it just dissolves and you fall to your deaths and you're dead. Okay, and you're really sad. So make sure you get the cannons. If you can't get to your cannon because of the flamethrower, ignore it. It's not worth dying over. Play it safe. You can always just, skip it and just back it up or whatever you can do, okay? It's better than losing a person. And also, be careful when gliding back because she may be casting the flamethrower when you're coming back. If that happens, okay, there are little mini updrafts right in front of these platforms here that spawn when you get launched up there that you can glide on to prevent your demise. Or you can simply delay, you can wait until the flamethrower is over before even gliding back. Although do be careful about that because there are snipers up on the platform that will slowly kill you. Okay, so you can't stay up there forever. Of course, they won't let you stay up forever. That would be ridiculous. Okay, that would be silly. Okay, how could they let you get away with that? It sounds pretty easy, but it does get a little bit complicated because of a variety of factors. So, for a start, you're going to have to alternate between two players going on the cannons. Because if you get launched up to a platform, you get a debuff called Shell Shocked, which means you cannot be launched for a fairly long duration. So you need to assign two players to go and kill these cannons, right? So it's referred to as 1-3 and 2-4, right? Because of the, because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And you have to alternate between that, and it's going to be a cycle of 4 because there are 4 cannons, and you can take every other cannon. So let's talk about the order of those cannons. It always starts at arrow, then it goes to circle, then heart, then square. Or if you want to do that, you can say that is starting at arrow, going clockwise, or you can say it is starting at south, then going west, north, east. However you want to describe that, that's how the first cycle goes. After that cycle completes, it then repeats, but slightly differently. So it's going to go arrow, heart, circle, square after that. So basically up, down, left, right, or south, north, west, east. Okay? And then that is the complete order. So it's arrow, circle, heart, square, then arrow, heart, circle, square, and then it fully repeats, right? That is the entire order there for all of those cannons. Make sure you're aware of these timings, guys. It's every 30 seconds. Know where your next cannon is going to be. Get there on time. If you need to, mobility skills are great here, like Lightning Flash. You can use your Dragon Hunter Leap, right? You can have a Flesh Worm set up there, for example, or Necro. Loads of stuff you can do. If you're playing Mesmer, you could even take Blink or something like that. Use your mobility skills, right? Like Rocket Leap, like Hollow Leap, whatever you've got, right? Like use those mobility skills, guys. It is really, really, really important to get to these cannons. If you miss them, it's bad. If you miss one, it's not the end of the world. You can just ignore it. I would not recommend trying to... if you miss it, don't go to the cannon that you missed, right? Because otherwise it's going to completely mess up the entire rhythm. The one thing you can do is try and have someone else go to that cannon, right? To back you up, as it's called. If you can send someone in to back it up, you can avoid any kind of rhythm disruptions, and it's going to be a hell of a lot better for you. It's going to be a lot more comfortable for you to get away with that. And you can delete the cannon. That, but it can require quick thinking, some quick reflexes, and it's not the end of the world, so don't worry about it too much, okay? Those are the first set of mechanics. Now, once you've beaten Sabetha down a bit, she has some add phases, okay? 75%, 50%, and 25%. She's going to leap away from the platform, teleport away, shadow step, whatever you want to call it, and she's going to be replaced by one of her champions, okay? And in order to get Sabetha to come back, you have to either, be really, really slow and do 0 DPS, or get the champion to 25% health. All of them have a pretty annoying special ability that you have to deal with. So these bosses are quite threatening. The first one has a shotgun attack, so just stand behind her. The second one has a break bar. If you don't break the bar, he's going to knock you off the platform. So it's really important you break the bar, especially if Sabetha happens to be on the platform at the same time as the champion, because because you can get knocked into the flamethrower, okay, which is obviously really, really bad. And then finally, the last boss has a conal flamethrower attack, which is really, really bad. Don't stand in front of that. Don't be in that. And he also spawns turrets, which do a bullet hell attack. So make sure you kill the turrets. Epidemic or Necro is great for that, but any DPS class, don't slack. Don't greed for DPS. Kill those turrets. Otherwise, you're going to be really, really, really depressed, okay? You don't want that to happen to you, okay? You must avoid leaving those turrets up for too long. While the champion is here and Sabetha isn't on the platform, she's going to be throwing bombs at the platform that you can press F to interact with. If you don't interact with them, they'll explode and massively damage the platform, contributing to your early demise. So, just keep an eye out for those heavy bombs. That's what they're called, heavy bombs, okay? And press F on them, and then bam. Knock them off the platform, easy, no problem, no damage. If you miss 2 or 3 of those, it's going to get tight, right? It's going to get really, really rough for you. There's no excuse for missing a heavy bomb, okay? Everyone can do it. Again, don't greed for DPS, guys, okay? Get those heavy bombs, get in the mix, get the job done. There are also a few ads that spawn here as well, okay? Bandit thugs and bandit arsonists are the main problem. They're both quite dangerous, but the thugs are really, really scary. So, what happens with the thugs is that they kick you, okay? And that is a knockback. And you know what the knockback can do? It can knock you into the flamethrower. If you get knocked into the flamethrower, you are instantly dead, okay? And the bandit arsonists, they just have a flamethrower attack. It does a lot of damage, so you do want to kill these ads, which is why, you know, again, stuff like Necro, stuff like Guardian or Hollow with really great cleave, Weaver as well. Mesmer Focus Pull, Epidemic, okay, is really great here. You want to make sure those ads are dead. It's also really good for cleaving down the champion at the same time as Sabetha as well. Bear that in mind as well, because there is going to be a bit of time when the champions are there at the same time as Sabetha, which is obviously, mechanics and dissection is always a bit tricky, so you do have to worry about that. So, speaking of Sabetha returning to the platform, once you get the champion to 25% health, or after some time has elapsed, she will actually cast Flamethrower, okay? And she'll always cast it basically pointed at heart, pretty much-ish. So when Sabetha returns to the platform, she will cast the Flamethrower. Yep, she'll say burn, 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 because she is a pyromaniac, and then cast the Flamethrower. So that's very predictable. Be aware of it, okay? When it happens, don't burn to death. That's basically it. Pretty sure that's everything for Sabetha. Most important thing is make those cannons, guys. You can go ahead and practice throwing this green bomb. You can practice throwing the green bomb with this sapper over here. Right, so we can just have a look at that right now. If I go over here to him, he will throw the bomb at me. There we go. Here's the special action hotkey. It's got 800 range, so that's the range of it there. And what you do is go on the platform. Bam! You get launched. There's the shell shock debuff, which means you can't get launched again, which is why we have to do our alternation. But other than that, that is it for Sabetha, guys. Throw the bombs. Be careful of the flamethrower, and that's it. Let's get into the fight. Let's get into the mix. Ready, check, commencing.
I think Plenix is just restarting real quick.
Yeah. Oh, he's restarting? Okay. That seems fine. There you go. I want to get into raiding. What is the best class for an EV raider like me? I've been playing the game for quite some time, though. Anything, then. Hollowsmith. Easy. Easy. Some serious value, guys. You know, some really serious value. Hollow best class. Yeah, it is. The raid check has been activated. In terms of general classes for this fight, doesn't really matter. Just play anything you want. Power classes are good at killing the cannons, but Necro is great here for not being dead. There is some AoE pressure that can happen. But alright, here we go. So there you go. There's the flak that gets fired off there, and there's the red bomb. Can abuse that for an easy block. Okay, there you go. We have our kiter just gathering the flak away from us. All of our group is just going to stack towards south now, so we can bait the first flamethrower. We're currently deciding who's going to be doing the cannons. There was another red bomb. There's the flak there. Now the flamethrower is going to be soon. The first cannon is spawning in 0 seconds at the same time as the flamethrower. There we go. It has now spawned on south. So we're going to go ahead and throw that bomb. There's the bomb. We throw our player up. There you go. They get launched up there. Can pull that ad in. So if we get the red bomb, we're going to move on. I might try and bait one just to demonstrate it, because it is, of course, the closest person. And let's go ahead and get a block there. Summon some more shield guys. Okay, there you go. And that's the first ad. So we got our 75% there, which is going to spawn Conan. This is the shotgun attack. Watch out for that. At the same time, circle is now up. And we're going to go ahead and get that bomb and throw that in. We've got some ads, so we're going to pull those ads. There's a heavy bomb. I'll try and grab the next heavy bomb when that comes through. show you guys how that works. Okay, so I'm going for that heavy bomb. Just run over to it. Just press F. That kicks it off the platform. That shuts it down. As you can see, when the cannon is here, there are these AoEs. They do a lot of damage, so just don't stand those AoEs. Pretty much you're good to go. And there you go. Sabetha comes back. The champion is still here using her abilities at the same time as Sabetha using her flamethrower. So do watch out for that, guys. Especially if you're gliding back. Got a little bit dicey there. So north cannon is now up. So we're going to go ahead and throw north. There you go. One thing to note is that the bomb does actually spawn a little bit after the cannon spawns. It spawns typically about 5 seconds after. So you don't want to go too early. Going too early to those cannons can actually spread, well, it can spell your demise, okay? It's not going to be good for you. So you do have to be a little bit careful there, okay? You don't have to be overly careful, but just a little bit careful. Just a little bit. So now we have square up. Square is up. Going to pull those ads in, because of course this is where it can get dangerous, right? Those ads can knock you, right? And they can knock you into the flamethrower, so you do have to be a little bit careful of those ads, which is why we're pulling them immediately and destroying them. And now, so Knuckles is here now. This is the boss that can knock you off the platform. You do have to be careful of this guy. Break his bar, otherwise you will suffer the consequences. So now we've completed a full cycle of the cannon. So it's now going to be arrow, heart, circle, square. So now we're going to have, there we go, arrow. Arrow has been enabled. We're probably going to get another break bar here, I think. We may get it. Okay, there we go. Let's get that break bar. It's very important because we don't want to get knocked off the platform. Wow, actually, we actually kind of failed there. That's okay, though. Just, I'm going to edit that one out, guys, okay? We're going to edit that out. Everyone was slacking. 0 CC, but that's okay. So the next cannon is not circle. It is, in fact, going to be heart right now. Okay, it's going to be heart. So be careful, guys. Okay. Now there are 2 red bombs. I'll just use an Aegis there because someone wanted to kill us. Yeah, guys, I'm just giving you a realistic impression of what's going on here, right? A realistic raid experience, right? You're going to have some of your team, they're going to be killing you, okay? That's just fact, guys, okay? Your team wants you dead more than the actual boss does. There we go. 2 red bombs spawning now. Wow, careful with those bombs. So circle is going to be the next cannon here. You can call this however, you could even call it by color. You could say this is purple, right? You could say purple, red, blue, and green if you wanted to. Like, whatever works for your team, whatever works for that. Like, this is a fight, though, guys. Now, I know this sucks. I know this is old-fashioned, but voice communication makes this fight easy, okay? It makes it so much easier. Being able to talk to your team just makes it easy. Here's the final champion. Watch out for his conal flamethrower attack there, guys. Just going to go ahead and dodge that. And he will start spawning some cannons. Fortunately, we do have some necros, so we can simply just epidemic that stuff down. Can pull that thug in, get the thug. The sapper got pulled too, but that's fine. We already got the bomb for square. Now, that is the thing that I did forget to mention, but fortunately you're watching the guide, so I'm going to tell you now. If you kill the sappers, you actually won't get any bombs. And here's another little gimmick. I know, nice. Okay, we almost got gimmicked there. But anyway, if you kill the sappers too early, you won't actually get any bombs to launch up. So you want to kill the thugs and the arsonists, but if you can, try and avoid the sappers. They don't really do any damage to you. And they give you the life-giving bombs. I'm not getting any of these red bombs, man. This is some serious bullshit. Okay, I'm trying to bait them as well. I was going in, but people are just baiting them harder. And there we go. Yeah. The boss is pretty much dead at this point. In the final phase, you can see the ceiling starts falling in, but this is kind of a weird mechanic. It doesn't really do anything. It's a very, very minor damage. If your healers are actually playing the game, it's really not going to be an issue at all. And there you go. Just burst the boss down. If you're about 5% or honestly below 10%, just start ignoring cannons. There's no need to go to cannons at that point. Oh, wow. I actually nearly got kicked in to the boss there. What a great ending. And now you go. Go in the flamethrower to finish it. It still kills you. Oh, wait. No, it doesn't. Oh, yeah, it does. There we go. But yeah, there's one little exception. If you do have high DPS, guys, if you kill the champion really fast, Sabetha may not actually use her flamethrower when she returns. That can be, feel a little bit weird, but it's because essentially her flamethrower has a cooldown to it, right? It has a certain cooldown to it, and if you kill the champion quick enough, the cooldown hasn't elapsed, and as a result of that, you are she doesn't cast the flamethrower because, you know, she's a human too, okay? She's got cooldowns like the rest of us. That's how it goes.